I was thinking I could say like a lot more responsibility to get around. Kids are given credit cards at an earlier age. Kids go on public transportation at an earlier age, and there are generally higher expectations and more responsibility of fish teachers, teenagers, especially in school. Teenagers in the sense that like I know from my host sister, like homework isn't required. You only do it for your own learning, and so you are given this responsibility in the sense that you're regulating yourself. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Like, there's like so much more responsibility. They can drive at like a younger age. Like, not necessarily a car.
They can't drive at a younger age.
Yes, they can. They get like a scooter.
But they can
get
a
scooter when they're 15, but it's different because they can get around easier. Like with us, it's like you're 15, you have to call somebody to pick you up or something, and then they can get like a smart car or a micro car when they're 16. I feel like the summer changed me a lot. This summer just especially changed me because it's like being in another country and like submerging yourself in their culture. You have to be very open-minded, and it kind of taught me to have more patience because before I'm a very impatient person, like really impatient, but then I got here and it's like you have to be patient. You have to like try and work with them, so because my host sister wasn't that well at English, but she got better while I was here, so you have to really be patient and really try and get them to understand what you're saying and kind of like work through the words. Like even if you're looking it up online or you're trying to, she wanted to learn English really bad, so I had to talk really slow because I talk fast, so I had to talk really slow. And then like another thing that kind of changed me was like the cultural diversity. Like it's very different, like walking in the street and they just push by you, they don't say sorry, and like normally in the US you'd get mad, but here you're like, you have to learn, you're like, oh, okay, this is just how you guys work. And so now when I go home, I can go home and I can say, if there's like foreigners there, I can be kind of more conscious of it, like, okay, this is like how they work where they live. And like before it was like they're just being so rude, and I'm just like, no, like this is how they work in their country, and our country's different, so it's really different.
I know. I think it's benefited me in the sense that I've become more self-reliant and more just on top of things, because for those first 4 weeks that you're here, unless you're actively planning, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to experience the culture, and you're not going to really make the best use of your time. And so, I remember at the beginning of the program, I was really actively making friends with people and talking to people and doing things that I wouldn't normally do in America, like just meeting my host sister's Finnish friends randomly, because I wanted to meet people and I wanted to do stuff. And that was something that was a little strange for me at first. And it's not something I'd, normally be as keen to do in America, but it was something that kind of, if you don't actively work, you're not going to do anything. And it really teaches you that if you don't do something, no one's going to do it for you. You just got to be on top of things, and you've got to, you're your own worst enemy or best friend, really. And so I think that was very beneficial overall, because it really helps you become just more on top of things, really.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more independent at the end of this, and when I go back home, I'm going to be an even more independent person, and kind of not rely on other people to do things for me, or to oh, can you help out with this? No, I can do it. I can see, I've put myself in an uncomfortable situation where you're not with family, you're not with anybody, you can't, you're basically living on your own, even though you do have a host family. I love my host family to death, but it's you're living kind of by yourself, in a sense, if that makes sense. You're not really, you don't have your family to fall back on from back home or anything like that, hey mom, can you drive me around? No, you have to learn how to do it. Public transportation was a big, I was whoa,
it was
so different.
We're lucky because in Finland it's pretty easy to figure things out, but it was definitely something I wasn't used to having to do. I wasn't used to have to, coordinating with bus times, but it's something that I think you grow the most as a person when you're abroad and when you're being put constantly in new situations. That's where you learn the most about yourself, and that's how you just grow the most as a person, which is why I think doing stuff like this is so beneficial.
Yeah, I learned I was a lot stronger than I thought I was. Yeah. And that you can I can be put in a situation and I can be okay, and I can kind of conquer the situation. I learned a lot while I was here about myself, and I feel I'm closer, I don't want to say, how do you say it, more in tune with myself, more than I was. I
more comfortable with
more
yourself
comfortable
and
with
who you're
myself.
becoming.
Yeah.
I agree with that.